Alright, the next story quest we have is In the Dark of the Tower, given to us by Kryl. We're inside the main hall of whatever old Charlian area building thing we're in. And here we go. Since there's been progress in both investigations, shall we share the findings from our respective locales? Cutscene? Yeah. Please have voice acting. It's too many people for me to do it. There seems to be debate, sharing of ideas, sharing
Your
of...
time in Thavner has certainly been eventful.
Let me get rid of this.
In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation.
Okay, hold on a second. The fuck is this? Oh. Tower of Zot.
Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavner.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Fodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise.
By the way, this room on the outside, since I'm trying my best to describe things for those with vision impairment, the walls have plastered to them, or tacked or taped or whatever exists in this time period or whatever. Maps, region maps, detailed drawings of monsters. Basically like a lot of information that could be useful at any time, you know, during a discussion or during the thought process.
A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained, and I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within.
I mean, I disagree with his logic, because let's say you use magic to create a stone pillar. Does that stone pillar disappear when you suddenly stop? Like it's still there, unless it's a stone pillar made of magic. So if you use magic instantaneously, or for whatever duration of magic it requires to create a pillar of stone that comes out of the earth and is created, and it's there. Like a D&D rules, basically. Like, it may be an instantaneous spell, but the effect will last. Like, you don't have to maintain concentration on it. So these towers could have just been created, and then there they are. Now, as far as like what's being powered by the towers and the quote-unquote batteries within the towers to power them, you know, that could be very magic oriented and need the core and blah blah blah. So somewhat flawed. He's Urian J, so you don't expect his logic to ever be flawed, but it feels a little bit flawed to me.
Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
Again, another jump. Sorry.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself.
But Ystola's a black mage now. I have only seen her do black mage things since. Is she just a dual black mage, white mage? Which, no, in this game is not a red mage. Red mages have like one cure. And I've only seen her do black magey things, unless her black magey things have actually been conjurer spells, which I guess I haven't been paying attention, which would be earth and air. I'm gonna have to pay attention next time.
The remaining Scions will proceed with the search for the core.
I thought she was doing fire.
Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodora by a considerable margin.
Arcosodora. That's a word. My question, I get two things. Are you sure Alphino is in the right group? Or what if Alice, she knows a healing spell or two? She's a red mage, so no. But I don't like either of these, but okay. Are you sure Alphino is in the right group? He's a fucking healer. Is he not in the healer group? Did I miss that?
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sage's armament to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radzat Khan of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
Does that mean Alice was in the healing group and I didn't notice it?
The military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetheryte at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
We got some head nods, some fists and palm stuff. We're ready to go. We all walk out with confidence, yo. I didn't mean that to rhyme, but I'm okay with it, the fact that it did. Let me pop this back up to hide free company chat. They didn't agree for their chat to be made public. Thavnir. And I guess the Great Work is the closest. 1,593? Seriously? Wait, where am I? I've never been to Radzat Khan, okay. You know, no thank you, kinda? Wait, hold on. Okay. Can I use a building here to quick travel? I'm gonna try. She said something about being able to quick travel somehow. The confluence, she did say confluence. So, this one? Oh god, this stuff, okay. Kite here. Really? You're ready for another round of aetheryte testing? Then please, by all means, let's get you whisked away to Thavnir before you come to your senses. That's cute. Okay. I thought that's something that Kra was talking about, but... Okay, so where's my... I don't have a debuff? I'm alright. Okay. It's okay, it's alright. Hey, let's just spend 100 to get there a little bit quicker. So we'll go to the Great Work. I am making the assumption that it's easy to get out of the Great Work and up and then in the direction I want to be going. And I think it looks like it is. It's not perfect, but you know. Did I get the Chocobo Keep here? Yeah, okay. Wasted time, that's what I do every time I think of you. Jack Flash. It's a girl. So we are currently riding our black chocobo. We got some armadillos. The kind that like have, well, sorry. They're armadillos with a long tail that has like a claw at the end, and the claw is holding a vessel, kind of an egg-shaped vessel that they can crack over themselves, I guess, to kind of give them water. Maybe it condenses air from the atmosphere and slowly builds water from that. I don't know. IDK. My BFF Jill. Gosh, nobody's gonna know that reference unless they're roughly my age, within like a 5 plus or minus. No, I was gonna say a standard deviation, but that wouldn't be accurate use of terminology. Boop, 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 boop. So, sorry, we were traveling in kind of like grassy, very like lush, good grassy areas between steppes, plateaus of sorts. We have come down to the water, basically the edge of Isolbard, or Thavnair, actually probably, yeah, it's probably Thavnair, where there's an ocean, I think, so we're kind of at the beach. There's a big, well not big, there's a roughly 2-story box tent, and this guy, Nabdeen, we'll speak to. Ah, friend of Eorzea, we've been expecting you. You and yours will lead the mission into the tower, I'm told. The warding scales will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by at the boat we have readied. When your fellows arrive, I will direct them to join you. We pray for your safety and success. Don't ask me why I choose the accents that I choose. There's literally no reason at all. Destination waiting. Cutscene. We see a tower, one of the towers that was constructed, like just out of the blue. Energy radiating from it in those circular waves, and then power, like a beam on top as well. Oh, gosh dang it, I have to talk. If this is the future of aetheryte travel, I think I'll stick to boats, says Alisay. Aye, no warning, however emphatic could have prepared me for that. On account of which we are a little late, but fighting fit, mostly, Gratia says. Young boy. Well, you know, maybe early teens. Late 10s. No. Varshan. My friends, permit me to thank you for accepting this mission. You must be... We should still call you Varshan, I suppose, says Kryl. Indeed, it would not do to confuse our soldiers. Very well, then. For our part, we are humbled that you should see fit to entrust us with your warding scales. Please convey as much to His Excellency, says Kryl still. He nods, looks to Thancred. One for each of you. Please accept them with my blessings. Hands one to Thancred and whatever. Our thanks. With these, we can go anywhere with those anywhere those with the blessing of light can go. Thancred. Not only for this operation either, but for all the ones to come, we can finally break your monopoly on primals, he says to me. My options are, I've been waiting for this day, I wouldn't mind carrying on as before, you know, or in that case, they're all yours from now on. In that case, they're all yours from now on. Cheeky. Ah, but I'm afraid we can't let you retire just yet. You're the Scion's brightest star, after all. If everyone is amenable to it, let us review the strategy for good measure, Y'shtola. As previously agreed, we will divide into 2 groups. Mercy and her band will break through the tower's defenses and locate its core. That's me, Thancred, I forgot his name, Estinian, Alisay, Alphino, yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of us will tend to the prisoners who will doubtless want for healing due to the duress of repeated summonings. That's Graha, Urgan J, Yishtola, Kryl. The primals which the tower bringeth forth shall be deities of Thavnarian myth. Urgan J. As we have no prior experience with such foes, pray exercise the utmost caution when confronting them. We commence the operation at your word, my friend, says Alphinaud. For the people of Thavnir, nay, the entire world, we must prevail. Alright. I believe this is the opening to a dungeon, so the next video will be the Tower of Zot dungeon. I'm going to watch a video to make sure I don't mess it up, and then I will heal for it, because that's just the easiest way to do it. And I will not be going with a group of trusts. Like, I'm not going to be going with the Scions. It's slow. I have to be able to keep track of what they are saying while also keeping track of, like, because they'll talk during battle and it can be lost. Like, it's just such a pain. They could have done more to make, like, the developers could have done more to make it more interesting to run with them, but like I only found in the 3 or 4 times I've done that, I've only found one time where it was kind of funny, and that was where the young Menphelia girl, whose name I don't remember what she changed her name to, Rhine, I think it was Reen, Rhine or Reen, R-Y-N-E, I believe. She was daintily and slowly and like tiptoeing on this little maze thing that we had to like run across to get to the other side. It's like very thin, and you could just see her kind of taking her time doing it, being careful. That's the only cute thing I think I've ever... Like, the twins will argue with each other, and it's just... aside from that, it's just not worth it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll make a video for the dungeon next. I'm going to watch a video for myself. And I will see you on the flip side. Catch you on the flip side.